Hi friends, and welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today is the What Would You Make challenge. It's one of my favorite challenges. I'll let you know more about that in a few minutes though, but first of all, if you're new here, I would just want to say welcome. My name is Brenda. I am so excited you stopped by today. And if you're returning, you know I love you. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number 1. So I'm going to use some of these 3-inch wood rounds that I got from Amazon, some decals I created with my Cricut. I am also going to use this Folk Art Coffee Latte acrylic paint, my Waverly chalk paints in the colors white, pumpkin, crimson, and truffle. And then I'm going to use this really nice size cup, wood cup that I got from Woodpecker's Craft. So I start off by painting one side of that cup, truffle and the coffee latte and those circles with the white. Once they were done, I took the truffle here in a small paintbrush and I'm just drawing lines across the top here where it's painted the coffee latte. I also did this on the bottom because I painted the bottom part with the coffee latte. And you guys, I have this really sped up. This shows how slow I'm going just because yeah, I don't always make the straightest lines, so I was trying to be careful. So once those were dry, I took my orange and another small paintbrush and I'm going in diagonal opposite of the brown lines that I just did. And I'm just gonna go, I don't know what I'm doing here. I think I was kind of thinking it over, trying to think, okay, am I doing this? Is it going to look good? I don't know. Anyways, once I had, and I did the top and the bottom again. Once those were dry, I took some white and another small paintbrush, and I am just going opposite of the orange, just like you see. And then, and again, I do this on top and bottom, and then I went opposite direction that I just went with that white, just like you see. After that, I took my black Sharpie marker and I'm just drawing lines across this. This is like the sleeve of the cup. And then I painted, I don't know why I'm showing you this again, but I painted those white. Then I took my decals and I am just adding on the one white circle, I'm adding pumpkin spice. And then I'm going to add Happy Season to the cup. And then after that, I'm going to use my Tite Bond glue and hot glue to glue that white. Do you see that? I started to drop it and put my finger right in the glue. So I'm just going to put this or hot glue this onto the middle of my cup. And I don't know about you guys, but I used to love, then I took one of these resin pumpkins and stuck it in the middle. I painted the other side with the truffle, the crimson, and the white. I was going to say I used to absolutely love pumpkin spice. I'm kind of changing my flavor. I mean, I kind of like it, but not really anymore. I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, once this was dry, I took my paintbrush and my white here, and I'm just making little snowflakes all the way across the front, the top and the bottom. Then I took my embossing tool and I just went around the brown and made all kinds of white little polka dots. Once those were dry, I'm taking my decals and it's going to say Merry Season. And then the middle white round says Peppermint Mocha. I love Peppermint Mocha, especially around Christmas time. And then I'm going to glue that on just like I did on the other side. After that, I took some of these peppermints. I got these last year from Hobby Lobby, and they have a little hole to hang for an ornament. I cut them off and I just glued it right there in the middle. Then I was going to use my Big Mouth Crocodile to make holes, but I could not get it to go all the way through. This wood was too thick, so I ended up using my drill. Then I took some of this ribbon and I made a little bow. I'm going to hot glue it right there. And then I took some of this ribbon. This is, I don't know where I got this. It was in my stash. I'm making another ribbon, doing the awareness ribbon, scrunching it up in the middle, taking some twine and tightening that twine. I'm going to tie a knot in that twine as soon as I have the twine right where I want it. And then trim that off, and then I'm going to dovetail the ends by folding it in half and then cutting at an angle. After that, I'm going to I have the ends of the hanger on this side, and I didn't want it you to see it. So I'm kind of hiding it with my bow, like you see there. I glued it down, and then I glued this one down, and I took 3 more of those peppermints from not Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby. These are in the like the miniature section for the miniature Christmas trees. And I cut all the little hanger parts off, and then I'm just going to glue this all around the other end of that hanger so you don't see it. And you guys, I absolutely adore this project. I love how this came out. Oh, it is my favorite of all the fall DIYs that I've done this year. I think this is my favorite, but you have to let me know what you think about this. Here is the pumpkin spice side, and then here is the peppermint mocha. Oh, I love it. I can't wait to get me a peppermint mocha. Okay, so today is the What Would You Make? And I am now hosting this challenge with my friend Connie with Connie's Woodshop and DIYs. And this month's guest host is Monica with Up All Night DIY. And this challenge is all about wood. So everything we make is made using wood. So make sure you check out their channels and the playlist. I will have links to all of them in my description box below. Okay, here's DIY number 2. So for this DIY, and as you can tell, I'm doing reversibles. I'm going to use this beautiful Summer Crush DIY paint I got from unicorndustdesigns.com, and then my Waverly Antique Wax. I'm going to use this, I don't know, last year or the year before from Dollar General. I'm going to use this wood, I don't know, it's 8 inches or so, I think, from Dollar Tree. And then this paper that came from Hobby Lobby. And then I just recently got this book, this scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby. It was 50% off and I loved it. And so then I'm going to use these leaves. These I actually got from Amazon a couple of years ago. They're smaller than the leaves that you get from Dollar Tree. And then these are some 1 inch letters, wood letters from Hobby Lobby. They come in a pack. And then 2 of these wood craft boards from Dollar Tree. So I started off by taking my antique wax, and I'm just going to go over all of the edges. I went over 3 of the edges, and then when I put this together, I put it together upside down. So I ended up having to go over the top edge as well. But I did that on both boards. So then once I was done, I took my Elmer's glue stick here. I'm going to go all the way around the top of my board, and then I'm going to add my paper, just really pushing it in there so that it really adheres to the glue. And then I just use my little roller here to just make sure it's all on there. Once I had both papers on both boards, I took my little X-Acto knife and cut all around the boards. After that, I took the little nativity set here, and I'm just taking my antique wax, brushing it all on, and then taking a paper towel to wipe off the excess. And I did that on all of those pieces there. And when I was done with that, I took some spackling to fill in those holes on the leaves. And then I did the same thing with the antique wax, just going to brush it all on and then wipe it off with the paper towel. And I did that on 4 of those leaves. Once those were dried, I took my, while they were drying, I took my brush and I did the same thing with this wood piece. I went all the way around it using my wax, brushing it on and wiping it off with a napkin. Then I took my letters and I used that beautiful DIY color and I painted all the letters. Then I'm going to hot glue my nativity onto this side of my board. And I just hot glued all the pieces just like I have them laid out there. And once I was done with that, I took the leaves and I laid them out, starting with one being upside down, then the next one was right side up, and then upside down and right side up. So I just alternated them. And after I had them all glued on, I took those letters and I just spelt out the word fall, put 1 letter on each of those leaves. And then after that, I took my Titebond multi-purpose glue here, and then I'm going to use my hot glue, and we are going to glue these 2 signs together. And look, I ran out of glue. And then I had to flip it over to make sure I had it on the right side. I don't want one to be upside down, you know what I mean? So there I realized I didn't paint, or I put them upside down because the top part didn't have the wax. So I ended up doing that. And then I just took my paintbrush and went around just kind of doing distressing around the edge of the paper and then just kind of wiping it in with my paper towel. I did that on both sides. Then I'm taking again my Titebond glue and my hot glue, and I'm going to glue this onto that wood piece there to make a little stand. And I love how this came out. I decided this paper needed something more, so I took some Mod Podge and I'm just kind of making blotches all around. And then I'm going to take some of this shaved ice glitter. I got this from Amazon and I put it all around. I kind of wish I would have used a more, a thinner kind of glitter. But oh well. Then I took some of this burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree. I had it sitting next to me and I thought, oh, that might look good. So I'm going to head and I'm just going to go all the way around these signs, hot gluing this right over where they are connected. And once I am done with that, I think, oh, I'm going to make a finger bow. And I'm going to do it in slow motion. I'm going to wrap my fingers 4 times. It's going to have 4 loops. Then I'm going to take that edge and wrap it around those loops that I just made and come back up from the bottom and go through that loop that I just wrapped around those ones in my middle. I don't know. I have a hard time explaining that. I hope you guys understand it. And I'm just going to hot glue that. I did one on both sides. There is the fall side. I love how this came out. It is so, so pretty. And then here is the Christmas side. Ah, I love that one too. Ah, oh my goodness. You have to let me know what you think about these as well. Okay, I want to thank my subscribers. You guys are awesome. You mean the world to me, and I appreciate you so much. And if you're new here and you enjoyed today's video, I ask that you hit that red subscribe button before you go. And then if you'd like to support my channel, you can do so by giving me that thumbs up, commenting, watching the ads. I truly appreciate it. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find the links to those accounts in my description box below. Okay, here's DIY number 3, or should I say DIYs number 3. Okay, I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint in the color moss and celery. I'm going to use this metal, fall is my favorite color, leaf sign from Dollar Tree. I got that last year. I'm going to use this maple leaf. I think I got these from Amazon. I'm not sure. I've had them in my stash for a while. And then one of these 12-inch wood rounds from Dollar Tree. So I started off by painting the wood round with the moss and the leaf with celery, but I decided it was just too much green. I didn't like it. So I decided to take my Elmer's glue and I'm just dousing my board, and then I'm going to take a brush and I'm just going to brush it all over my board so we have more of an even coat. Once I had that all brushed in, I took my, I think I used plaster by Waverly, and I am just going to go over that glue while it was still wet. And when you do this, you don't want to make too many strokes in one spot. You want to just try and make one stroke. And then once I have it all covered, I was running out of paint there, I'm going to use my heat gun and you'll see it start crackling. I love this method. I love the way this came out. And this actually, I was going to do this for my previous video, but I had changed directions on what I was going to do for that video. It was my whimsical video. And then once I did this, I'm like, oh, I'm going to have to make this a double-sided for this one. So I did do the paint on the other side of this just like I did on that. So here I'm just using that Titebond glue and hot glue again to glue my maple leaf on. And then I'm going to use some Fix-All glue. I'm going around the edge of this metal leaf. I'm going to glue this on to that bigger leaf, and then I put some paint bottles on it and held it there in place for like a half an hour. Then I took some of this ribbon. This is beautiful ribbon. I think I got this at Walmart this year. I just thought it was so pretty. I'm making a bow again, doing the awareness ribbon and scrunching it up and tying a knot around it. And I did dovetail the ends, and then I am just going to hot glue that right above that metal leaf. After that, I took some of these little sunflower picks. I think these came from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to hot glue one on one on each side. And I was trying to, well, afterwards, when I decided to make this two-sided, I did kind of glue those sunflowers down so you couldn't see them from the other side. So then to start on the next side, I took one of these furniture markers from Dollar Tree, and this Merry Christmas wood sign I got from Hobby Lobby. I have some in storage. My husband and I got all my Christmas crafts down, and I cannot find my wood stuff. So I think there's another box up there. So in the meantime, I had to go back to Hobby Lobby and buy me another one. But I'm just going over the words and then the round wreath part with that furniture marker. Then I'm taking this, I think it's vintage green by Folk Art. It's antique green. And this is Kathy Jo's favorite green color, and she sent me one of these. I just appreciate it so much. And I painted all the leaves with that, and then I took my crimson and painted all the berries with it. Can you see I missed a couple leaves there? After I painted the berries, and I went ahead and painted the bells, and then I did go and paint those leaves that I had missed. And yeah, once I have this all done, what do? I can't remember. Oh, I'm going to use some wood glue here with a paintbrush since this was, the words were so thin. I didn't want to have lots of glue coming out from, the back of it. So I just using my paintbrush here, going around the words with that wood glue. And then I'm going to go around the round part there with my hot glue, like you see. And I put wood glue on those bells too. And then I'm just going to place this along the back side of my sign. I took some of these. These are just some picks from Dollar Tree. They were in a little stash of stuff that had cut up previously. Took some berries that were in there, hot glued them there, made another bow, hot glued that there. And then I just added the hanger back in there, and there it is. There's the fall side. I love how this came out. I love that crackle effect. And then coming up is the Christmas side. Oh, it's so pretty. You have to let me know what you think about these as well. And are you ready for Christmas? I sure am. Well, not necessarily Christmas. I'm ready for Christmas DIYs. Okay, it is a time for a celebration of your recreation. And Pretty Dusty, oh, I love all of these, especially those pumpkins and acorn and leaf. Oh, those are beautiful, lady. And then beautiful Mama Nanny. Look at these. Oh, they're just all so pretty. I love them all. Thank you, ladies, for sharing. And if you have a creation or recreation that you would like me to showcase for you, you can send pictures to my email address that's listed there. Or you can send them to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger, and I am always happy to showcase them for you. Okay, here's DIY number 4. Okay, so these are pretty easy, guys. I am going to take these beautiful napkins that Kathy Jo with Kathy Jo's DIY also sent me. I loved them. And I'm going to use these 2 wood plaques from Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paints in the color cashew, pumpkin, crimson, and white. So I'm going to start off by painting each one of those plaques, one with cashew and the trim with pumpkin, one with white and the trim with the crimson. Once they were dry, I took my Mod Podge and I'm just going over the top of both of them, and then I'm going to set them aside to dry. Once they were all dry, I'm removing the backing from my napkins, and then I thought, oh wait, I don't want to put the whole napkin on, so I cut out, trimmed around the image there. And then I'm just laying my napkin down, and then I thought, wait, is it crooked? I was trying to make sure it wasn't crooked. I'm using my parchment paper. This is just parchment paper you'd use in the kitchen, and my heat press to adhere those napkins to my plaques. When you use that heat press, it reactivates that Mod Podge. And then after that, I went ahead and covered both of those napkins with the Mod Podge to help protect them. Once they were dry, I did some distressing with my Waverly chalk paint in the color Elephant because there were some gray lines through those napkins. But I should have probably did this before I added that extra layer of Mod Podge because it was making it kind of hard to really distress. So just to kind of tip there. And then I went ahead with my Titebond glue and hot glue and glued the two together. Then I'm just taking hot glue and I'm taking this braided jute, I call it ribbon. I don't know if that's what they call it, but I get it on Amazon. I do have it in my Amazon store if you're interested in it. And then I took some of these little mini sunflowers that came from Hobby Lobby. I hot glued 2 on each side of this sign. And then these little bows came from Hobby Lobby last year at Christmas time too. I hot glued 2 on there. I hot glued one of the bows in the middle of this sign and then added some little greenery pieces and some little berry pieces, and that's all there was for that one. Super simple, but I think they are so adorable. Here's the fall side. Well, actually, it's the Happy Thanksgiving side. And then here is the Christmas side. I love them. You'll have to let me know what you think about these as well. What do you think about the reversible DIYs? Do you think you'll be making any of them? I would love to know. Here is the final reveal. Here is the fall side, and then the Christmas side will be coming right up. I want to thank you all again so very much for being here today and for watching, and make sure you check out Connie and Monica's channels as well as their videos, and make sure you check out that playlist. And I will be back again on Thursday with a compilation video of some more of my previous Christmas DIYs. And then on the 1st, we are starting with our Christmas DIYs. If you're wondering why we're starting Christmas right now, it's because we know a lot of people start making Christmas stuff early so that they can sell it at craft fairs or that they can have it for gifts. So that's why we're starting so early. So I am so excited though. I'm ready for some Christmas DIYs. I hope you are too. So with all that being said, you guys, I hope you have a blessed first part of your week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.